If you're working as a health, fitness, or wellness professional and you see clients that are dealing with irregular periods, not only can you help them fix this problem, but the issue alone can help you understand that the underlying cause could be creating other problems that the client is dealing with, and you can help them correct those issues as well. In this video, not only are you going to understand why this problem shows up, I'm going to give you 4 steps you can use to help those clients correct those irregular periods. Let's jump in.
T.C. Hale is not a doctor and does not claim to be a doctor or licensed in any type of medical field. Don't be an idiot and use anything heard on the show as medical advice. This information should be used for educational purposes only, and you should contact your doctor for any medical advice. Now get off me.
To understand why a client might be dealing with irregular periods, we really need to acknowledge that these periods are part of the reproductive process. And when you go to reproduce and you're making this human being, making a human being takes a lot of resources. It takes a lot of minerals and nutrients and amino acids and all these things in the body to create this whole other human. Just like if you were going to build a house, you would need resources to build that house. You would need bricks and boards and nails and whatever you were going to make that house out of, you would need those resources. Otherwise, your housewarming party would be a bunch of people standing in your yard eating egg salad. So when we look at the fact that the reproductive process takes so many resources to create this human being, if a woman doesn't have enough resources in her system, Mother Nature will kind of help her out, and she'll shut down this reproductive process so that the woman doesn't get pregnant and put everything she has towards building this human being and leave herself with nothing left over. So Mother Nature is being kind. Mother Nature is being nice to turn off this system when there aren't enough resources to make the system work correctly. And the woman's period may be late, and maybe it won't come back until she has enough resources and reserves saved up again, or she could go months or even years without a period. So when this is the case, we need to figure out, well, why doesn't she have enough resources? Now, it is possible for someone to be peeing out too many minerals. That is a common thing, especially when we see clients that are leaning towards that hypoglycemic side and have a lot of hypoglycemic type issues. And we'll put a link in the description below this video on better understanding hypoglycemic issues. But the most common cause for someone not to have enough minerals or nutrients in the system is digestive malfunctions. So what we can do is we can just look at their blood pressure, and if that systolic number, that top number, is below 112, that's a strong sign that there's not enough minerals in the system. And that could be enough to cause the body to shut everything down as far as reproduction goes. Not having enough minerals and nutrients in the body is a stress to the body, and it pushes it a little bit into that sympathetic fight or flight state. And when the body is in that fight or flight stressed out state, it's prioritizing survival. It's not going to prioritize reproduction. That makes sense. So what we want to see is, does the client deal with any type of digestive symptoms at all? Those are all strong signs that digestion is not working correctly. So are they burping or bloating or dealing with acid reflux or constipation or diarrhea or nausea or even acne and skin issues? These are all signs that digestion is not working the way that it should. And when digestion isn't working the way that it should, they can't pull all the minerals and nutrients out of the food that they're eating. When we eat food, the stomach should make hydrochloric acid and start to acidify that food so it can be broken down. And when that acidic food product leaves the stomach and goes into the duodenum, the gallbladder should squirt alkaline bile down onto this acidic product. So when the acid meets this alkaline bile, it creates a sizzle. And this sizzle is what really helps us bust that food apart and pull all the nutrients out of that food. So the problem is, it's really common for someone not to be making enough stomach acid for a wide variety of reasons. And it's really common for someone's bile to become too thick and sticky to flow correctly, and then it won't come down and neutralize those acids leaving the stomach. So when either side of digestion is not working correctly, then they can't pull all the nutrients and minerals out of the food that they're eating. That's why they're eating the food, so they can get those nutrients. So over time, with this happening, without enough nutrients coming in, the nutrients reserves go too low, and the body says, hey, we're going to shut down this reproduction so that we can just focus more on survival. Now, to help clients understand how to fix digestive issues, my book Health Pro Results walks you through how to understand how to help clients figure out which aspects of digestion may not be working correctly, and if some aren't working correctly, what steps they can take to improve those. Now, the book is available on Amazon, but I'm going to put a link in the description below this video where you can get the whole thing for free, just totally for free, and that'll walk you through understanding how to look at that process with each client. The book also teaches you how to help clients run simple self-tests at home that they can do using tools they can pick up at a pharmacy or a health food store, so you can do these tests with clients that are far away in other states or other countries. And some of these tests could help you figure out, are clients' mineral levels running too low, or are they dealing with other imbalances that could be stressing the body out and causing the reproductive system to kind of shut down a little bit. So when we look at those 4 steps to help clients turn this around, number 1 is to fix any digestive malfunctions. That's crucial so that they can get the nutrients out of the food that they're eating. Step number 2 is you can cheat a little bit and help them supplement with lifting minerals. You can supplement with minerals. You can also use things like bone broth that allow those nutrients to be very easy for them to access. It kind of cooks those bones and all those vegetables and stuff in the water for days, and it makes it very easy to extract those nutrients that are hard for them to get from other sources. So that could help them lift nutrients and mineral levels right away. Giving them a good unrefined salt can be a super big deal. There's one salt, it's a sea salt from Celtic sea salt. It's called Flower of the Ocean, and it seems to lift mineral levels a little bit better than the other salts. Now, this is not a commercial or a sponsored video for Flower of the Ocean. This is just a salt that I use with my clients that seem to have very low mineral levels. So you can cheat and kind of do those things while you're working on improving the digestive malfunctions and give them a little bit of a lift right away. Another great one is grass-fed liver pills. This supplies a lot of resources that are hard to get from other sources because the liver has a lot of nutrients in it. So that can be a step that can be very easy for a person to take and give them some immediate improvement while they're working on improving any digestive malfunctions. Step number 3 is to reduce any stress. And this could be stress in their life or in their body. Maybe they have some type of infection or overgrowth in the digestive tract that's creating a lot of trouble and the body's using a lot of resources to keep that invader in check. Or if they have stress in their life, the body will view that as a life-threatening situation. It doesn't know the person is stressed because they're stuck in traffic. It's viewing that stress as they have to run from a lion and survive. So again, the body will prioritize survival over reproduction. So even if someone doesn't have digestive problems, if they're really stressed, reducing that could turn things around for them. And keep in mind that it's not just stress in their life. What if that stress was in the body because there weren't enough resources? That's a big stress to the body when there's not enough nutrients and minerals and resources for the body to function the way that it wants to function. The body feels like, hey, I'm trying to pay $800 worth of bills with 12 bucks. That's a big stress. So lifting those resources can often reduce the stress that the body may be dealing with. And step number 4 is to correct any eating disorders or over-exercising patterns. So a lot of people are kind of hell-bent on losing weight, and they'll do these eating disorder situations where they think that that's going to help them lose weight. Maybe they're eating and purging, or maybe they're just not eating enough in an effort to kind of fit in smaller clothes. And so this can be a significant problem. And the book that I talked about that you can get for free below will help you teach clients how to lose weight the right way. A lot of these methods that they think that are winning in this calories in, calories out method that is complete fiction and is not supported by science at all, is a way to actually gain weight in the long run. So we want to help teach people how to work with their body instead of against it, and then they can lose weight a lot easier. And if you're working as a fitness professional, you really need to understand when a client is working out more than their body has the capacity to do. And when you do that, that's going to create more stress, and that's going to create a lot more of these problems. So we want to learn how to figure out which clients need more resources, and when they do, help them lift those resources so that any type of exercise they're doing is not this huge stress to the body that's going to be problematic. It's just going to be a stress that helps the body improve itself. So those are the 4 steps: correcting any eating disorders and over-exercising patterns, reducing any stress in the life or in the body, lifting mineral and nutrient levels with supplements, and the biggest one is often correcting any digestive malfunctions. And just know that when you start to help a client correct digestive malfunctions, they may see that period go even a little more haywire. Like they may have a period and then have another one show up like 2 weeks later, or all kinds of craziness like that. And that seems to be very common and part of the process of someone correcting digestive malfunctions and the body seeing more nutrients coming in, starting to replenish those reserves that have been depleted and such. It can kind of create a little bit of craziness with that period, and that seems to be okay. It seems to kind of correct itself after about a month or two. So we'll put the link to that free book below, so that'll walk you through some of those processes. But for now, if you do have clients that are dealing with any of those digestive symptoms, check out our video on helping clients correct digestive troubles. I can't wait to hear about your results.